Got a lot of things to talk about in this video. Blizzard maybe did a little bit of an oopsie. I am moving out of Alaska, and an update about when. We're talking about a PC I'm going to be giving away. Not Starford sponsored this time. I'm just buying one and giving it away. Path of Exile dropped like sort of a pretty major nuke, if you've seen the title of the previous video. And then, what's the last one? There's new games out that are free to try out right now in the MMO category. So let's talk about all that and more in today's video. Blizzard might have just leaked something related to the expansion a little earlier than they wanted to. The expansion comes October 8th, and all of the focus has been around Diablo 4's new class, the Spiritborn. Yesterday, we obviously got the big reveal talking about the Spiritborn. We had the live stream reveals as well, and all of the footage that got shown in like everyone's videos. You can see there's a ton of videos, myself included, all posted a bunch of videos about that yesterday. But what hasn't really been talked about or showcased much is the actual expansion itself and what is coming with the expansion. We know there's more coming to the expansion than just the class. There's supposed to be new in-game and some other related things coming to the game as well. And one of those might just be a level cap increase. This is a screenshot from their latest video they just published showing 69 skill points, for instance. Now, that might not actually be enough proof. Okay, so we got a bunch of skill points there. That might not be enough proof. Maybe we can get more skill points from side quests, for instance. However, there was something that happened during my trip during LA. There was an exclusive interview that the group of us all did against the developers of the Spiritborn itself. I mean, there was about 30, 40 people in the room, everyone kind of pitching in their questions. They actually said we were able to record this, but not many people actually did. I noticed Anna Cake recorded it. I recorded it myself just because I was curious about it, but I'm glad I did because one of the questions, in fact, let me just show you the clip and let's see if you catch the same thing I did.
If you can tell us, if at least like in which direction should we speculate? Paragon level 60. We saw during the playtest Paragon and Logs at level 60. Does this mean that we're going to have in total more levels? So how it's going to work?
I think you've traditionally seen in Diablo games that when we do an expansion, the level cap goes up. We haven't like expressly said that, or we're not talking about that today, but it's something that maybe can expect. I think what we will say is that stay tuned for more of our coverage and announcements and things. All will be revealed.
I tried.
Okay, so Anna there is talking about how the Paragon board unlocks at level 60 now. So we're getting more skill points, maybe from going from 50 to 60. We're getting now additional skill points along there. So might answer the skill point question. But then what? They just nuke the Paragon board by 10 levels? Probably not. We probably have the same amount of Paragon board. And then you see his answer there. They kind of laughed a little bit nervously, etc., as they were asked about the level. And the answer to that question does seem like it could definitely include a level cap increase, maybe the level 110 to accommodate that additional 10 level shift. He specifically says you've traditionally seen in expansions in Diablo when we do one that the level cap goes up and to stay tuned for further developments and announcements. Also that they're not ready to announce anything here. In the other questions, whenever anything was asked that it just can be a clear no, the answer given was just a no because there's nothing to talk about there and there's nothing that will be announced. So I don't think it's much of a stretch to say this seems like something that could very easily happen. What was also kind of funny, directly after, I'm talking an hour after the live stream in which they dropped this. They dropped their new Spiritborn class. They show everything here you can pick through, see the legendary items, uniques, all of that type of stuff. 1 hour following that, we have the Path of Exile dropped their release, which ended up being absolutely mind-blowing. It ended up being a 30,000 word patch. In fact, I'll just show you just the patch notes here real quick that shows all of these changes and everything from whole new game modes, rebalancing of the entire game, basically an auction house system getting added in. It ended up being the largest release that I have ever seen, and people are arguing maybe the largest release the Path of Exile has ever done just directly following Diablo 4, which I think was absolutely hilarious. I'm actually mind blown by how much content Path of Exile is dropping in this next league. Because of this last league, we gave away a PC. I am going to pull out of my pocket and purchase this one myself. Star Force has already given me 3 to give away before, so they can't give me a 4th one, but I think this is an awesome PC. It's a RuneScape one. You guys know I love RuneScape, so I'm just going to buy this and give this away to somebody during the opening, basically, of the Path of Exile League, and the opening is on the 26th. I'll give it away sometime during that week. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do it. I'm not going to do it as some weird, you have to sign into a million different things. It's just going to be given away to a live stream viewer as a thanks to all the people that are joining the live streams recently. And I'm going to be playing Path of Exile today on my hardcore character for this league and just playing until it dies. I'm going to try to push maybe towards the Uber bosses and trying to learn the game a little bit better in preparation for this. In other news, Throne and Liberty's open beta has arrived as of yesterday. This is going for 1 week. My buddy, shout out to Canon XO, is very hyped about this one. So if you are looking for a new MMO to play, this isn't sponsored or anything. This is just one that people keep telling me looks pretty fun. Some people are kind of mid on it. I saw Asmund wasn't particularly a huge fan of this one, for instance, but some people are really enjoying it. Very Eastern style MMO. If you're looking for a new MMO to play, it's an open beta right now. It's free. You can just download it and give it a shot. So I might poke my head into this one as well. I also finished playing through all of the Diablos in a row. I played Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of their campaigns, including all of the expansions, as well as all of the difficulties within Diablo 2. And I gotta say, playing through it made me a little bit more excited for the expansion because the lore and the story of the Diablo games are actually quite good. So I'm considering doing a video kind of talking about my experience, kind of more of a breakdown of each one of these games. But surprisingly for me, after playing through all of them, Diablo 1 is actually my favorite. So I just want to do a shout out for Diablo 1. If you haven't played the OG Diablo 1, you can get it on Battle.net. I would try that game out because it's short. You can play it in one evening, as a matter of fact, and it's actually really enjoyable. And it shows you basically the origin of the Dark Wanderer, with no spoilers, I won't get into it. It shows you the origin of that, leads you into understanding Diablo 2 way better, which is just kind of, you really maybe want to start understanding Diablo 2 a little bit if you're going to be preparing for the expansion that's coming out in October. And the final bit of news in this kind of Easter basket of random topics in this video today. For the people that know that I am moving out of Alaska, there's been a few people asking about an update on that. So the plan is actually, I am still moving out of Alaska. I'm going to try to move out and the end of our lease, which ends in June of next year. So during the time I've been looking, I was kind of thinking, looking at Tennessee seemed like a pretty cheap place that you can actually move. I think I settled on the conclusion it's going to be one of the states that has no state income tax because it just makes the most sense. Where I'm from has no income tax. If I moved anywhere that does, I'm just basically taking a pay nerf. So I'm going to try to move to one of those places. But I got to tell you, on days like this, I'm going to put up my camera real quick here. On days like this, where it looks like this outside, it is 3, 2, there it is. When it looks like this outside, it is a lot harder to want to move. But as soon as winter comes, I'm going to be right back into being miserable once again and looking at the motorcycles in the garage and feeling sad and wanting to go outside. So yeah, it's going to be probably next year. So I got one more year of Alaska to do. If you have any suggestions on towns that you like out of the states that have no income tax, if you're in one of those places, come on by the live stream, give me some suggestions. Would love to hear them. I'm going to be live now. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one.